Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing in 2026? What's going on, everybody? Herb, welcome in on YouTube. I hope you're having a wonderful day. My draw, welcome in. What it is, yeah. What's going on? Tonight, we're gonna spend a little bit of time and do some very random hobbying. Yeah, I have like 5 projects to just like finish up. Hey, John Lockridge, thank you for the sub, man. 25 months past the 2-year mark. Welcome in, John Lockridge. How you doing? Yeah, so we are going to, just close out a couple projects over the next, like, this stream and maybe next stream, I think. Just try to finish some things up. So I have some square bases down, and we're going to assemble some minis. And the minis I'm going to assemble, if you guys can figure out what these minis are, we have these are ghouls, crypt ghouls to be exact. So we're gonna assemble some crypt ghouls. That's what we're doing. A sleeping toddler. Gotta figure out how to move here. Now you're stuck. You're stuck, man. Zam, what's going on, dude? How you doing? So yeah, we got some instructions. We're gonna assemble these minis, and then we'll move on from there. We'll see how long they take. Very simple. It's just cut out the parts and stick them together. That's what they tell you to do. So, is that one holding a football? Yes, they are holding footballs. We're gonna call them footballs. So let's get some nice little clippers out here. I'm just gonna start hacking pieces out here. We have 10. I already assembled and painted 10. There are 11 torsos here. I think there's only 10 sets of legs, though. One set of legs. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I'm just pulling things. I'm a nasty old paper towel here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, just 10 sets of legs. So, yep, you have to choose if you want the crypt ghast or not. I'm going to choose no, because I already have a squad of these guys, or a regiment of these guys, and I'm going to go for some additional models into this regiment, maybe. Not like they need a leader anyway. How's your guys' weekend? And how has the year been so far for everybody? Going well? I hope it's going well. Boy, do I hope this year is better than the last one. Cool. The Gaspator's. That was good. Went to TCG's. Nice, dude. Finish your first set of models for the Old World League. Our local shop is starting, so this is perfect to chill out. Nice. That's so cool. I want to show you guys something I picked up today at a local store. I'll show the name of the store. I don't particularly care. Hold on. Was that all 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'm an idiot. There's only 9 bodies there. Is there a 10th one somewhere? Did I just miscount altogether? Okay, yeah. 9, 10. Alright. I'm just an idiot. I don't know the purpose. Okay, I'll explain it. So, my local store. Let's get some space here. Not my local. We have a lot of local stores in the like Central Ohio area. So this one just happens to be the nicest one. And I saw they were doing this, so I picked this up. They have it's a hobby bingo card. Look at this. Look at this hobby bingo card. So, what you do is you fill out these things, you said by March 31st, and you take your card in with you, and if you paint minis, you take the minis, you paint them with you or whatever. They did say it's like honor system. It's like I'll take pictures of when I, play a game or something like that. But they stamp the card, And then if you turn in the card at the end of March, you get an entry into a raffle, and they're going to be drawing names for like gift cards for the store. And for every bingo that you have, so 5 in a row some way, you get another raffle entry for gift cards. So I'm going to try to fill this out. Now, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games and 13 minis painted. The minis are easy. It's the 13 or 12 games in 3 months. That is, what is that, 12 weeks? Is that a game a week? Is that what I'm looking at? A game a week? I didn't like do the math on this. That's a lot. Yeah, what's up, Mr. Pink? What's up, Estrella? How you guys doing? Let me see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 weeks. 12 weeks. Almost on the dot. So 12 weeks and some change from today to get 12 games in, including 2 event or tournament games. I wonder if this is the same event or tournament for these two that we can get and get a game. There's also play against a new opponent, which is cool. There's 3 of those. They did say their one requirement for this is the league or campaign game. They said it has to be a league or campaign going on at their store. That's their like one requirement, is that you're in some kind of league. But yeah, tournament should give me several. That's what I'm thinking. Another thing I thought was funny, and I mean, I guess kind of cheating, but they did say 1 mini per slot. So if you have a hero that's also a Psyker, you can't click both of them, right? But the Psyker Spellcaster, like, I'll just paint 2 random Thousand Suns minis, and I'm like, boom, Psyker, it's Thousand Sun. Yeah, so anyway, I am going to make it a personal goal, however crazy that sounds, to fill out that entire bingo card. And we figured out it would get me 13 entries into a raffle, into the store raffle. So 13 entries sounds like the maximum that you can get. So that's what I'm going for. Yeah, seemed like fun. My son and I went up to that store today. I wanted to grab that bingo card, and I was looking for some they have the best hobby supplies there, like the best selection of hobby supplies, so I was up there looking for a basing material, and I thought I found some pretty decent stuff I'm going to try. Get these guys out. How you guys doing? Mr. Pink, Estrella, how was your weekend? Guys, you guys do something or anything fun? I spent some time with some family on Saturday, and it was actually really good to see everybody. So that was nice. Then today was pretty chill. You worked? Oh, that sucks. That's too bad. Yeah, tomorrow's like everybody's back at it in this house, so family wedding to go to and ate up most of the weekend. Yeah, that sounds about right. And what a time to have a wedding, though. Down here, I'm not too concerned which leg goes with who. Hey, Raja, welcome in, and thank you for the sub. 26 months. I appreciate it. I really do, man. How are you doing? How's your new year? Oh, I painted some minis. I'll show you guys the minis I painted for New Year's Eve. I am building some crypt ghouls. Let me show you here. So we can censor out the Age of Sigmar thing and the Flesh Eater Courts, but these are crypt ghouls, and they're going on square bases to be part of my Vampire Counts army. I've had them for a long time. I've had these for like 2 years, so I figured I would get them painted up and put him as part of the army. It'll be one of the units I paint for my bingo entry. So it'll be good. Hello, Mr. Ali. Welcome in. Glad I could bore you as well as your husband. What I'm here for. Hey, so you guys want to hear a fun fact about my Twitch channel? A couple years ago, I was streaming and there was a day that I got a bunch of follows, okay? And not just like a bunch of follows. I got like 1,000 follows in a day. Alright, or something like that. It was insane. And it was a bunch of bots, right? I ended up having to turn all my notifications off on my stream because it just kept playing. Like the messages just kept playing, and I was like, okay, well, I messaged like a Twitch support contact or whatever. I sent them a message and told them, and they never responded, never heard anything from it. And I was like, all right, whatever. Well, I think sometime over this weekend, they killed all those accounts, and my follows dropped by like 800. So I'm knocked down. We just passed 4,000 follows a couple months ago, and then it was just knocked down to like 32 something. Which can't even let me have my number. Can't get behind the ghoul models GW puts out. Yeah, they're not the best. No, they're not great. I am a fan of the classic metal ones that just look like decrepit humans that would like shamble around. But I get it. These ones are never my favorite, but you know, they got that kind of classic mini charm to them at this point. So still working on Deadshot. 20 months. Thank you, Deadshot, for subscribing. I appreciate that. And hello to you. Maybe for a while the number means nothing due to that. You're a step closer to being a real metric again. I know. None of it matters. Alright, guys. The internet isn't real. Don't worry about it. Killer Cam, what's going on, dude? How was your New Year? How was your Christmas and New Year? Everybody feeling better? Had some of that illness going on too. We had a lot of that. We ended up we took New Year's Day and we did nothing as a family. We didn't do a thing. It was wonderful. It was like our one day that we had with no socializing, no going anywhere, you know, just staying home. And I think we ate leftovers for dinner and just chilled out. It was great, but it was also like our one day to do that. We got you. Okay, let's get the torsos. It was good. Glad it's over. Yeah, you. Yeah, man, you're kind of back at work, aren't you? Soon? Yeah, we're doing fine. We had a touch and go week or so with sickness, but then Christmas and holidays and everything turned out really good. Visited some family out of state. Visited some more family in state. So basically what we did. I get back into painting. 2 Red Brigade new Antioch models to paint plus Trench Dog. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. They're here now. Hey, Tuvon, what's going on? Welcome in, guys. Welcome. Happy Sunday to everybody. Hope you guys had great holidays. I've had a great year so far. Feel good. Doing good. Have quite a busy day. Quite a busy day ahead of me tomorrow, but too much socializing. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I kind of look forward to the family going back to school and work. I get a little bit of quiet, kind of on my own time at that point. It's nice. Finished session 0 for a group. That's awesome. Are you excited? That's a cool way to start the year. New year, new campaign, right? Colors used for new Antioch. I did red for Red Brigade, dark blue for Heretic Legion. I don't want to do green. How about yellow? I don't know. I don't know any of the lore, so I don't know like what's appropriate for what faction. Just throwing the primary colors out, I guess. What's a Zorn palette? Not familiar with that. I feel like I should be. Streamer I follow and his mods. Oh, cool. Okay, that's really cool. I want $4 and be whatever color I want. Exactly. I got a couple little projects here to get some progress on. So we're assembling some minis tonight, and I'll want to finish some up maybe tonight, depending on the time we got. I am also like, my bed is calling for me. I'm tired. I'm pooped. I gotta get up early, so. Everything cleared up. Characters made. A good first session in 2 weeks. That's solid. That's cool. New color popularized by famous Swedish artist. You can see yellow, ochre, vermilion as the colors, then black and white. Okay. Oh, cool. All right. That makes sense. I'm tired since like 6. Yeah. I don't know, man. I slept well last night and then out of it. Blanche's okay, use a version of it. Okay. Well, that's cool. Seems like fun. Alright, so I have been playing my video game kick lately. So Painting Son bought this for his Nintendo Switch. He got a bunch of like gift cards for Christmas, so this was one of the games he got, and he has been playing it a ton. So I've been playing it with him because it has co-op, and so we've been doing. But we've been playing Vampire Survivors. Well, on my own time, I play on my PC because I have it on Steam, and so I got back into playing Vampire Survivors. Last night, I beat the game. So there's actually a story. Do you guys know there's a story to Vampire Survivors? I had no idea, but there's a story. And I beat it last night. It felt really good. It was pretty crazy. Essentially, you can beat anything in that game if you just make a very specific items that you unlock and then you can get, and it's just, yeah, it's pretty wild. So yeah, that game is super fun, and I've been playing that. his legs glued on here. It's the craziest news I got. I'm tired since like 6 years old. Yeah. Just so tired. He's an old soul, okay? Oh no. Go. Just casually dropping the piece with the glue on it. In San Diego for Christmas. Your family. It's like 60, 70 there the entire time people were complaining. Dang. It was 10 to 20 and snowing. That's, yeah. It was, it got really warm where we were a little after Christmas. It warmed up, I think, just about everywhere. It feels like it cooled down really quick. I think we had like a 50-degree temperature change in overnight. Alright, I do have to show you guys. So, my New Year's minis. So, for New Year's, New Year's Eve, what my son wanted to do was watch Lord of the Rings. He wanted to watch The Two Towers New Year's Eve. And I was like, that's absolutely, I'd never turn that down. And he wanted to put Legos together while we watched Lord of the Rings. Well, I was like, well, that's great. Why don't we set up a table in the living room, put some Legos together, and then maybe we can hobby and paint and everything, and we can do that. So, oh, of course, I don't have anything else. Yeah, the extended edition's all that matters. Yeah, for the Two Towers since August of 2003, that was all that mattered, was the extended edition of Two Towers. But so we hung out. We put together one Lego set he got for Christmas, and then I painted some minis. He painted some minis. Painting wife was painting a mini, but yeah, we sat there at the table. We ate snacks and we watched a movie until it was midnight, basically. So I painted these. What do you call them? Spirit hosts. That's what they're called. So these are the spirit hosts I painted. And I painted them in the wonderful low light of our living room. I have 3 of them. So there's all 3 of them here. So this is my unit of spirit hosts that I painted. It was fun. They're really cool looking. And they're fun to paint, really easy. So, but yeah, painted those. I did the basing and varnished them the other day, so I will try to play a game sometime with these, but these did take a while to assemble. What's weird about these, there's like 3 dudes on each base, and they're all kind of separate from each other, but then like their own pieces. So each one I took about a day of just like I'd come downstairs, like be at my desk, I'd put together like the next couple pieces on it. I'd go upstairs for like an hour, come back downstairs to the next couple pieces. I just did that on each one of them, just as I kind of found time, and I was able to get them assembled. But like trying to do these in one sitting would be impossible. Are you counting them in the last models of 25 or first of 26? I think I'll count them as the first of 26 because I technically didn't finish them until this year. So, yeah. But yeah, that's cool. Cool part. Look at this torso. You guys see this? This guy has serious like back problems. Wild. Like his neck is right there, and that's his like waist. Like scoliosis, is that what that is? Just all of them. Big Papa, Sarah Elizabeth, welcome in. I'm going to try to gently assemble these. Let's see. Ugh. Not possible. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, he's not on there very stable anyway. Supposed to stick. Nope. Right. Brother-in-law picked up a free Tyranid army for my FLGS. Someone donated one. The owner asked if there are people interested in the game. I'm going to break the barrier of entry. Not seeing what he got, but I know it's pretty legit. Well, that's really cool. That's really cool. The store owner and whoever donated those minis too. That's very cool of them. Nice. So are you going to be teaching 40K now? Is that the plan? Terra Invicta. Is Terra Invicta good? I haven't seen much. I'm not familiar with the game. Inspired to paint. What are you going to paint? Okay, gonna be real gentle. It means I have to learn too. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I might be teaching my nephew how to play Heresy. We'll see. See if we can find the time and get something going. That'd be really nice. I gotta play. I have 12 games to play in 12 weeks, so I have a lot to do. Playing against Sarah Elizabeth last night with Salamanders. She didn't want to play a second one. Oh, man. They're that good, huh? Being Illuminati Simulator with late game The Expanse for good measure. Oh, wow, okay. That sounds pretty crazy. At the bottom of turn 2, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just re-rack and you play it again, but other times, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Well, Sarah Elizabeth, we're cheering for you in the next game. So, crush that noob. Oh, he fell over. Darn. Captain Insano shows no mercy. Oh my gosh. The most random Waterboy quote. Justified alien invasion. Huh. Okay. They're all standing. We got 10 of them standing here. While we're waiting for them to dry, I'll show you guys some of the terrain stuff I got. You ready? You ready for this? So I got... okay, so for reference, I want to base this wood elf. I painted this wood elf, and I want a good, like, forest base, darn it. I fell over. Okay. Alright. I want good forest basing. So, I was thinking, like, darker earth, and then some, like, flock, and maybe, like, flowers or something? Branching out into L's, yeah. I appreciate the pun. And also, I've had these minis for a long time, but... Time you roped Zen into formatting me. I know, yeah, it's been like a year since that's been updated, hasn't it? Yeah, these guys keep falling. My attention. Okay. Stay put. So yeah, I wanted some like forest. I had kind of in my mind how these were gonna be. This dude's not standing. Hold on, guys. Hold on. You stay up. No, don't fall over immediately. It's the opposite of what you need to do. There. All right. Glue bottle will hold you up for a few minutes. Napoleonics go together fast. Yeah, they do. Yeah. So, there are 3 things I bought for it. Is there anything I thought was, like, great for these? But the first thing, I got this, like, Russian mud. It's like this really dark, like, kind of thin... It looks like brownie batter and kind of makes me hungry kind of stuff here. So I got this stuff. That can go on the base. I don't know how clumpy it is. It looks like it might have a little bit of clumps in it. But so I got that. I got this brownie batter. Forbidden brownie batter. Forbidden Nutella, yeah. The next thing I got is Huge Miniatures makes this. Now this is like woodland. And let's see. This is opening. Here's the unboxing. I guess I can abandon that thought. Yeah. Please just abandon that right now. So there's this foliage here. Yeah, and it's got like little clumps in it. So I figured we'd put some of this stuff on here. Oh yeah, the Weird Al quote. Yeah. I love it. I'm a big fan. I got my son listening to Albuquerque. And now he'll quote it at me, which is pretty great. So we got this woodland, and I figure I put a layer of this on the base, and then I immediately take tweezers and I put some like clumps of this into the mud, like just stick it in there to work as the glue. And then I also wanted to buy some flowers. I figured a couple flowers. Now they already have like orange. She has an orange on her. There's blue, the little blue forest spites there. So I bought these, also Huge Miniatures flowers. And I got the purple flowers because I like purple as a color. And these look really cool and like fluffy. It's like blended sponge, like flock. That's like dyed purple. But yeah, got some purple flowers. So... Kraut cover. I have never heard of Kraut cover. I do know, so this local store I went to sells these in store. I'm also an affiliate with Huge Miniatures. I just get a better discount at the local store. But this company is based out of Ohio, which is really cool. So if I wanted to go visit them in like Tiffin, Ohio or something, I could do that. But I figured some purple flowers on the base would be a nice contrast to the greens and browns and possibly oranges on the base. So yeah, I think we're going to try that at some point. That decal solution you recommended, was it called Mark Fit? curb. It's called Mark Fit. It's this stuff. I believe that's Tamiya, right? Or is that... Yeah, it's Tamiya. Yeah, it's Tamiya. Tamiya Mark Fit. That's the stuff you want. So what that does mean, Big Papa, I know long ago you gave me a Wood Elf mini, and I painted that, the noble with the great weapon. And I painted him. I actually took his base off. I'm gonna put him on a 25mm base, and then I'm gonna base him similar to how she was based. But I did pull him off the base, so he's sitting here. This is a mini. Yeah, actually, I kind of had to rip him off the base, but this was a mini I painted. I love this mini, and Big Papa sent this to me free of charge as like a kind gesture, which was incredible. So, yeah, it was wonderful. Salamanders are fun. Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, salamanders are really cool. Plans for Salamander's Army, more of a league for when 11th hits. Yeah. Any advice when I start Sylvaneth? I have no idea because that's Age of Sigmar. Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, I this is where I came up with my rules, like no metallics on the minis. So there's no metals. You know, like the Studio Mini has like a nice like silvery copper armor and like a crazy sword, like a bright sword, and like gold on his bow and everything. I decided to keep, you know, no metallics on the minis, and I was really really happy with it. Wasn't there a Sylvaneth holiday set that came out this past year? So yeah, basing ideas. I also have, just about finished, I varnished these guys. I put the satin varnish on them. I need to pop these off their bases. I need to put them on their pre-made bases here, glue them on, and then we're going to do the proper matte varnish where it needs to be. I'll put weathering powder, and then they'll be done. So I have first couple, oh, it's a different one fell. Yeah, these guys, problems. Just gonna keep giving me problems. You know what? Let's do this. Let's give you guys some time. We'll do the basing. You guys want to do the basing? Let's do the basing. Okay. All about that base. You know, there was a version of that song, All About That Bass, that was done by Postmodern Jukebox on YouTube. They actually did two versions. They had two different people or groups play that song and sing it and everything. There was one, it's like a less popular first version, incredible version of that song. Yeah. You ever heard, it's Postmodern Jukebox, right? They do modern music, but they do like swing versions of it. It's like live. But they had two versions of All About That Bass, and there's one. It's a girl that's singing it, and she's playing an upright bass while she plays it. It's incredible. She has a way better voice than whoever the girl that sings the original. Yeah, great song. Leo, welcome in. How is Denmark today? I hope everything's going well. Okay. We are going to try this. I have this stuff. We're going to get some tweezers out. Yeah, these ones here. Flowers open, make sure they're actually open. Yep, okay. Cool. We got this cool, I say this a lot, but this is probably the most useful Games Workshop tool they ever made. This little basing tool. It's great. I love this thing, this little spatula thing. I had the same one for like 10 years. Incredible. This is like the only game I don't play. Yeah, I know the feeling. All right. Let's see if this theory works. So we're gonna put this Russian mud down. I'm just getting out of the lid because lazy thing I can do. They do have like sediment and stuff in here. My advice, if you want to play Sylvaneth for Age of Sigmar, is buy that holiday set. Put all those minis on square bases, and then just play the old world because it's way better. That's my advice. Over Denmark, nice. Better than Gray and Rain. Yeah, okay, very nice. Getting some decent weather, that's good. On here. Okay. Now let's see if this theory works. I've never done this before, so. What makes this specific mud Russian? I think it's like the black, because it's like almost black, and I know in Ukraine and part of Russia, it's like the most fertile soil in the world because it's like black, basically. I assume. That's kind of my thought. Alright, so this stuff, it's kind of packed in here. They give you a lot, though. I have stuff from Gale Force 9. It was never this thorough. But let's see. I don't know if I'm going to like these colors. I don't know how well this will stick in here either. This could end up just really bad, and we might have to wait a little bit. Bit of foliage in there. Let's put that on there, and then let's grab a flower and see if a flower will stick in there. Is the trenches in eastern Ukraine? How black the dirt is, even 6 feet down. Yeah, that's like one of the big things about Ukraine is just how fertile the soil is. It's like a really big deal. It really is like the breadbasket of Europe. These are really like rigid. I did not expect these to be so rigid. Okay. I'm used to the army painter makes flowers and they're like really soft and flimsy, but these ones seem much higher quality. Oh, I'm pushing on things. I don't want to push too much in. So if we do something like that.
On target.
Oh, sorry. Here, we're good right there. So I don't know how well that's gonna stick. I do know with these basing effects here, this is a lot of glue that's in here. So I'm hoping that the glue in this stuff helps hold everything here, but we're gonna check this in a little bit. I don't think anything's. Oh yeah, there's stuff coming off. Okay, that's good to know. Porkins, no. Is that Dak he's actually talking to, or no? Who is it he's talking to in the movie? He needs to stay on target. I used to know the names of all those pilots. I can't remember anymore. Sister-in-law got me a static grass applicator for Christmas. Oh, that's cool. I saw my local store had there's a company that sells them as like little shakers. They're like this big. It's like a little kit, and you can just like shake it out. Flowers work so well. Yeah. No, it's not Porkins or Wedge. It's the Y-wing pilot, right? It's one of the Y-wing pilots that's trying to get a shot, I think. Hey, Misfit, jumping in on YouTube. Brock the Dealer, welcome in. Maybe with vodka instead of water. Yeah, the mud. Yeah, so we'll see if it turns out. I don't know. Flour. It's the flour sticking. Maybe I should put the flour in next time. Put it in first. Then put the other stuff. But a nice summery foresty base is kind of what I'm going for. So we'll see if that works. Alright, are these ghouls ready again? Let's where's my parts? Okay, here's my parts. I guess we get some arms out, right? Yeah, let's get some arms. Crazy arms. We'll just start clipping. We'll separate them out and count them here in a minute. Back to the ghouls. 5 and 6. 7 and 8. Arms. 10 and 11. Aslan Grants, what's going on? This is my relatively frequent scheduled Sunday night stream. So, where we are tonight, alright. Let's separate these. We have right arm, right arm, right arm, right arm. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Left arm. Right, left, left. So 5 and 6. Okay, that was actually pretty even. Let's get the rest of these. So, as far as this kid just holding a rock, yeah, sounds cool. Alright, we're 6 each. So 4 more each. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be these, right? Let's do 3 and 4. Great. Okay, let's get the other side now. Another rock. Okay, let's get a bunch of dudes holding rocks. Let's see. Trying to figure out which arm goes where. There's 2. Come on, you. These are crypt horrors for my old horde army. Or crypt ghouls, not crypt horrors. Yeah, you're right. Right. think of. I guess this is the arm here. Yeah, yeah. Cryptids. No, not cryptids. Just the little guys. The Jersey Devil, yeah. Yeah, I have a bunch of the crypt horrors, and they're much bigger. They're like monstrous infantry size. Alright, so a lot of these just have one connection point. And shave that down, and they connect in really weird. This was a weird time in GW's history with their sculpts and how they laid out minis on sprues, and it was all about how many options you could give with no reasonable care in how they actually went together. So they fit in a really weird angle. Yeah, the options were nice. I mean, just being able to choose the options for 40k would be nice, right? If you don't want monopose, you should play Heresy. Heresy's great. Great for the non-monopose stuff. Heresy 1 was, yeah. As far as minis go, though, if you're a Marine player, it's basically if you have plastics, you get options, right? For Heresy. Why are these different versions of the game? 2.0 and 3.0 sadly are not. Yeah, 3.0 definitely isn't as customizable. What are you talking about? Why are there different versions of the game? Of what game? Like Heresy 1.0 and 2.0? Is that what you're talking about, Brock? Why do they change it? Oh, the very short answer is money. The more reasonable answer, because you can sell a whole new set of books and everything. That's essentially it. That's what it boils down to. But Alan Bly passed away, who was like, he was like the dude that made Heresy, like it was his baby, and he passed away. Relatively young. So what they ended up doing was, I think they wanted to make their own kind of version of the game. The people that ended up like taking over and writing it and everything, like the Specialist Studio. So they made like a stopgap, which was 2.0, to try to see if like people were interested in a big Heresy game. And so 2.0 was like this weird stopgap edition, which was fun. I really started in 2.0 and had a lot of fun with it and everything. But you could tell like 3.0, as far as rules as written, were the game that they originally wanted when it kind of fell in the lap of the people that ended up writing the game. So they had 2.0 for a few years, and then 3.0 came out. I think GW kind of rushed them, and management put a lot of decisions on the writers that I think a lot of people didn't like. But yeah, GW edition changes used to be really rare. So like fourth edition 40k, 5th edition 40k, those editions lasted a while. They were like 5-6 years or something, and they would usually change when it felt like the game was getting like out of hand, like the rules, the armies were kind of running away from GW and everything, and everybody was kind of like, all right, like it's time for a change. And there was a lot of hype around new edition because you know, things are getting stale, but also, like, you know, the new codexes are obviously a lot better. Like, GW's always had a problem with that, and um, so yeah, you have the edition change. Well, the past couple editions, it's been very much on schedule, where it's been every 3 years they do an edition change for Age of Sigmar and 40k. And personally, for myself, the like that new edition feeling that I think GW tries to capture, where it's like, oh man, this is exciting. We felt like we had to change the rules, and here you like, that's lost on me at that point. Like, it's kind of obvious they're just doing it to cycle books at this point, and there's no real like background justification of, like, you know, the game's in a place where we feel like we can't just FAQ our way out of it. A brief battle with cancer. Oh, that's rough. Yeah. I remember it was relatively unexpected. Yeah. Kills so much of the hype that should be going for narrative and secondary books. Yeah. And I think part of it is too, like, back in the day, before, you know, this crazy fad of the internet was so big, you wouldn't get FAQs. You know, there weren't, like, it was people on internet forums arguing over rules, but you didn't have like official GW printed FAQs unless they released a book. After like 3 years in the edition, they would release a book that would have some FAQs and maybe some errata, some minor erratas, but they had to lean on the edition rules for the codexes for years. Yeah, the Heresy 1.0 books are so... I would love to have copies of those, but they're so expensive. Those go for so much money. But, like, the writers had leaned into these rules, and whether the edition was good or not, like, they were in it for years. Well, that was the point when you would get to an edition change, people would be so excited because you're playing the game so long with the same rules, and like, everybody has the understanding, like, my army might get completely wrecked and things might be terrible and who knows, but like, at the end of the day, it was something new to look forward to. And now it's just like, they can update the rules online anytime. They update those rules every 3 months, right, for 40k, and then they release a new edition. Like, they don't need to release a new edition after 3 years. Not necessary at all, unless you're strictly just trying to sell more books. How do you feel about the Gary and the Corpse Master? I think it's really cool. Yeah, we should see more tomorrow, right? The next dude, maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. Yeah, there's an announcement stream coming up. No Old World, sadly, but there's Heresy stuff. My prediction is Old World Sunday preview this coming Sunday. That's what I'm guessing. I'm gonna get some pairs of arms here. These big arms can be for the this big guy right here. Any prediction? Custodes. Custodes are what's going to be announced. They teased them already. Yeah, they teased the Custodes. The dude had a plate with golden bananas that had like red horsehair crests on the bananas, as if you can't get more obvious. Just putting random arms with random dudes. No, but this is it. This is it. Aslan. Yeah. If I were a betting man, I would put money on Custodes. Yeah, that's something I'm curious about, is if there's going to be crossover. Part of me would not be surprised if they do the worst thing and they make a bunch of new Custodes minis, like unit types. Like, they don't revamp the old ones, they just make new unit types and they're heresy specific. Like the Saturnine Terminators of Custodes, in a sense. That would be the worst thing they could do. And I'm not going to put it past them either. Because they very well could. Yeah, you'd be right to be upset. Heresy Custodes expanding what I currently have, yeah. Yep, they are. They are unchanged, but I am not making comment on what would make sense or what would be a good or bad idea. I'm just saying it would be a thing if they did. That would be a bad thing if they did, but it would be a thing. But no, I'm hoping they redo some of the classic units and get a Dreadnought in there for them. Dreadnought to tank. I can see them getting their like Telemon Dreadnought and a tank, as well as like some basic troops. And I think they're going to do the jump pack and bolter guys, honestly. It sounds like a bean count. I mean, that's all this has been. That's kind of been 3rd edition in a nutshell. Oh, yep, we got you. Okay, who's next? You're next. Yeah, plastic grav tank. I think they'll do that. Or who knows? Maybe it'll be a bare minimum release. Yeah, Nightbringer coming out. It's cool. I like that pose. The guy looks a little unhinged. It's good. Man, that Titus mini and his like Wardens of Ultramar look really great. Currently printing playmat tubes to accommodate a 36 by 16 playmat. Taking a full 24 hours, almost 500 grams of filament for one tube. Oh wow, okay, dang. So you fixed your printer then, Zen? Get everything figured out. Banana Boy Deceiver next edition? Maybe. They're just gonna forget about him. They're gonna make a totally new Catan. It'd be pretty funny. Minimum release to be even worse. Yeah. Oh, guard upgrade sprue. Wow, and a character. Yeah. I could see it, honestly, Aslan. Yeah, I'm not sure, really what the deal is with Heresy at this point. I know they don't have as many things to release for Heresy as they did when 2.0 came out, but it definitely seems like they released 3.0 and they're just kind of doing like not bare minimum stuff, but they're doing very little with the edition, and it's a little disappointing. So like, I honestly wouldn't be, I guess I wouldn't be surprised with a lot that they would do with Custodes. So I guess that's what I'm saying. Martian Admech, give me a sour outlook. I do like the new Skitarii, I gotta be honest, but yeah, I feel like Solar Ox needs a release. AJ, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome in on YouTube. How are you doing? There's a lot to bring to plastic. Yeah. Destroyers are even like not necessarily destroyers. It's like straight down. That's cool. Okay. Because destroyers you can make out of assault marines and the melee weapon kit. Like they have offhand pistols that you can make them with. There's a couple pieces, but I could see an upgrade sprue. The Legion stuff is the next big thing. Legion stuff for the units, but there's some tank variants, a couple tanks. Tartars are already plastic, even though they're going to get updated soon. So that's a thing. I had made a list at some point with all the heresy stuff that needs to be made plastic, and it wasn't as much as I thought. Yeah, Plastic Warhound could very well be coming. That's what Valrak rumored one coming, right? By the end of this year. So I would put it at like a 95% chance it's gonna happen. It's got all the inside info. Building part. Order right in the Black Friday sale. I don't have it. I'll put in a big pile. Gotcha. With the Bamboo Labs. It's dry. I'll do a pass and I'll kind of some of the flashing off of them. Just my mess about fix. I must have. I must have forgot about it if you did message me about it. Yeah. Plastic War on Titans at home. Legions Imperialis looks so cool. But oh, message in chat. Oh dang. Okay. Oh, the issue wasn't the printer, but the print. The tube was too tall and would come loose. Grease the build plate 10, added a brim for the extra support. Gotcha. Okay, I got you, dude. My bad. I'm tired. Really simple minis to assemble. A lot of small pieces that connect weird. Yeah, this is fun. Yeah, I bet it is. I like that kind of scale of gaming. He's got massive arms. Okay. Everybody's arms are staying on. Well, let's get some heads out. Goofiest, most awful looking heads on here. But whatever. Okay. And heads. I have 10 of these already painted. I have 20 of them available here, so I figure it'd be cool just to have more of them, right? I bought both those sets at the same time, so finally getting around to paint them. I have all kinds of random minis to paint. I think that's what we're going to be doing the next week or two. Getting some random stuff going. There is a Zen, I don't know if you saw this, but the store closest to me, there is a Zone Mortalis event on February 8th. So if that's something that sounds like fun. It's being run by Jason, who I don't think you've met before, but he's a super cool guy. He's really chill, and it should have really good terrain on the map and stuff, and some nice people. 88 proof the A1. Oh, how 88 proof is it? Steal and go, yeah. I was messing around the Bamboo Labs app, or their like program, the slicer they have. It's really nice. It's a really nice program. One of my New Year's resolutions is to make one Trench Crusade board, so I really want to hop on it with these terrain STLs. Yeah, there's who is it in stream that's making, or in the Discord that's making the Trench Crusade board? I like what they're doing. They're just using foam board, or like insulation foam, and building it up, and they're making kind of like modular pieces, which looks really cool. Painting terrain is breaking your soul. No. Oh, that's too bad. I generally like painting terrain. Just a lot, yeah. I think the thing with terrain is that you don't focus on the details so much. Get the big picture stuff done. And then, you know, maybe go back and get some details. But did you ever see the I've linked this video a couple times, but Gorilla Miniature Gaming, he made a video. It's a couple years old at this point, but it was how I painted a set of terrain in a morning or something, and I used that, and it was incredible. I painted so much terrain in a weekend using this guy's like advice and a guide. It's just incredible. You're in a couple of his videos. That's funny. Yeah, Ash is really cool. That's the dude to follow if you want to paint stuff quick, because he's a machine. Snot Goblin Snapping Modular Terrain. It looks nice, comes painted. Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's cool. All two of his 1.0 bat rubs, dang. That's cool. There was a channel I used to subscribe to with Heresy 1.0 before I was playing, but I was like really into Heresy. Just didn't collect any minis. And it was a game called the 30K channel. And man, they put out so many videos of just like really good quality battle reports. And I loved it. Incredible channel. And they just stopped when 2.0 came out. They were just done, which I really hated, because That's when I really got into it. Yeah, Heresy Era is a really good channel. But like 2 years after they released a video, they dumped like 50 videos on their channel and just released them all. And it was like this archive they had built up of videos of like Zone Mortalis games and all these battle reports and stuff that they never released because 2.0 came out. And they just like gave up. I thought that was wild though. But they did up Burning a Prospero campaign for 1.0 and it was incredible. Incredible looking minis, incredible terrain. It was solid. Yeah, Heresy Arrow teased a video recently. His my one complaint about Heresy Era are the AI voices that he uses. He does like AI voiceover, and it's really bad at times. And like, you know, I get it. I'm not a fan of AI, but I also understand, like, you know, he's trying to do something in a, I guess, a timely manner, and he's probably got a career and everything, and like, you know, you can only do so much, right? But like, his last video, the AI voiceover work was bad. It was like noticeable and really bad. He talks on his Instagram. It's fine. Yeah. I think most people hear their voice and think it sounds miserable. I hate the sound of my own voice. Yeah, yeah, I do the same. I do the same. It's really hard for me to listen to myself. I meant to tell you guys, Painting Wife and I started watching Alien Earth. And I think we watched 6 episodes so far. We have 2 more to finish. Incredible show. I think it's amazing. A lot of weird little dudes in Alien Earth. Yeah, the eyeball alien is crazy. The eyeball creature. Man, it's fantastic show so far. I'm loving it. Yeah, I think it was the 5th episode that was like okay, so let me preface this. I love alien movies. However, every single alien movie is the exact same formula, and it's exhausting. It's always like nobody knows what's going on. They accidentally open an egg somehow. You know, no one knows what happened when the person gets the face hugger, you know, busts out of their chest and hides. They're all terrified, you know, kills them. One gets cut and it bleeds acid, and you see, like, it's always the same formula for alien movies all the time. Every single alien movie is the exact same. I loved that there are people in this show that immediately pick up on it and know exactly what's going on and are able to like understand things right away. Like, I think his name is Crush, the like white-haired android dude who's like one of my favorite characters. He immediately is like, no organics in the lab. This thing attaches to you, its blood is acid. Like, he has all the info on it, and it's incredible. And then, like, you know, people are obviously screwing it up, right? Because that has to happen. But then, so they have this whole formula that they just completely divert from. Like it's they're not doing the typical Alien thing. But then right in the middle of the season, that 5th episode, they do like the flashback, and it's classic Alien movie, and I'm not even bad. Like it's a very similar thing as like a typical Alien movie, but they do it in an hour, and you already kind of know the characters, you know what's gonna happen. And it was nice. It was like a weird interlude in the season of just adding a normal Alien movie in the middle of the Alien TV show series. So I'm really enjoying it. We got 2 more episodes to watch, so we'll probably finish it this week. But yeah, Velocity Raptor, welcome in. JJ, you've never seen an Alien movie? Wow, okay. The Thing is wild. I've never been a huge fan of The Thing. I know people are like really all about that movie, and I've watched it like twice, and it just never like drew me in. I was always more of a fan of the Predator movies. Like that franchise is always great. Yeah, Aliens is incredible. So Aliens is one of the best. Um, yeah, it's a good one. It's got like the Colonial Marines and stuff, which is really cool. But the TV show is also great. I think the TV show would be a decent place to jump in if you have access to it. You think The Thing is greater than me? That's fine. Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all. Yeah. You like the monsters in The Thing. Yeah, and The Thing is like a big mystery too. Like, who is it kind of thing. Which is great. How is this looking? Let's see. Before we dump all that, let's get some of this plastic shavings out of here. Get some of this stuff. See if we can't get some of this. Keep letting that dry, and we'll see how that dries. Is that moving? That's still coming. If that comes up after this all dries, I'll just super glue it in right in that same spot. But that's a great looking mini. I don't have like many like pretty bases like this, so I'm pretty excited about that. Aliens wasn't like that. The Marines knew what the problem right off the rip, but their orders kind of forced them to throw caution to the wind. Yeah, I guess that one is a bit different, isn't it? But it's still very much like the Marines are like, they're like really cocky and have like no idea what they're up against in a way. And like Ripley does, right? And she's terrified of it, and like and all that, but like I think there's still a lot of like that formula of like I guess they don't quite know what they're getting into, and like yeah, there's like one of them gets killed early or whatever. My favorite's like the smart gun and the auto turret. They're just like watching the auto turret like kill hundreds of them, just running out of ammo. Yeah, good stuff. I need to watch Aliens again. Spoke Norwegian. The entire plot of The Thing is ruined for you at the beginning of the movie. That's incredible. I've heard that. I heard that recently. I think an Alien One are kind of different genres. Yeah. I think one of my favorite things about Alien Earth from the start is that they kept the 70s aesthetic on everything, a lot like Star Wars does, where like you can tell it was 70s sci-fi, right? With like all the switches and the computers are very like what a person in the 70s thinks the future looks like, and all their hairstyles are like 1970s, and the colors of the furniture and everything, and yeah, it's great. It's great they kept that. They do a really good job with that. 13-year-olds old when Aliens released. I was way into horror movies at the time. I just didn't dig any sci-fi upon its release, so I never got into it. That's okay. I get that. It's a good watch. It's got Bill Paxton in it. That's always. What's his line? Oh man, I can't. Game over, man. Right? That's what he says. Yeah, if you ever get the time and you're bored, I think Aliens is probably a more entertaining than Alien than the original. But it's also a lot more action. I think like Alien is a little more like just straight up horror, but it's also not quite as big budget as Aliens, and I think it shows. Yeah, you definitely understand it a lot better with Alien, right? And yet, I think it works better. Yeah, if you know the threat and you know what they're going into, there's that sense of dread for the for all the cast and everything. Okay. So hey, I'm glad I got these little crypt ghouls done. See if I can't get them all to just rank up on their own here real quick. These older fantasy minis rank up so easily. Sweet. Oh, there we go. Easy stuff. Gary go to the movie theater for the movie for the first 5 minutes. Yeah. Saw the original Star Wars in a drive-in though. That's wild. Columbus, Ohio has one of the last like 2 drive-in movie theaters in the nation, which is crazy. I used to go there as a kid. My parents would take us. That was like in the 90s. But yeah, I don't know how it holds up today. If I were to go there. Oh, guys, modeling alien miniatures. That's cool. There was I don't know what I can't remember the company, but there was a company that made Alien versus Predator as a board game. But then, because there's a board game now, but this is different. There was a board game, and they released a ton of extra miniatures from like humans, from the aliens, and from the predators as like individual like sets. And their goal, and they're really upfront about their goal, is to make a miniature like war game with those 3 factions as their like base. So there were like colonial marines, and they had like the APC, and they had like the turrets and just all that kind of stuff. And then the predators, they had crazy looking they had like elders and young predators, and they had the dogs and like the hounds and like all this crazy stuff. It wasn't CMON. It was not CMON. I ended up buying a predator pack of just like your like standard predators. I painted one of them. One was like miscast really bad, and I didn't like catch it until later. And then like I don't remember what happened with the third one, but those minis are great. I think the third one's just still good. Incredible looking minis. And then like who owns the rights? Fox like shut them down. Like wouldn't let them continue making their game. Straight spoiled in the thing. Yeah, the Norwegian. Yeah, get out of here. It's not a dog. It's some sort of thing. That's funny. This random Norwegian guy knows that. Like, how does he know that? Is this it? AVP, Alien vs. Predator, The Hunt Begins. I think that was it. Yeah, The Hunt Begins. Is that Noble Knight Games? No, who's the company here? Protos Games. Hold on. Let me look these guys up. What do you have to go through to gain that knowledge? Yeah, the poor Norwegian guy. Yo, does this have minis here? Let me see. Or is that just... And I know this company's not around anymore, so I can't, it's hard to find. But it's this is the company. Is that it? Yeah, just Protos Games. If you look up this company, they made an AVP board game, and they made a ton of expansions for this game. Yeah, Noble Knight Miniatures still sells them. Oh man, they got a female Predator mini with cleavage. That's crazy. Huh. Yeah, fantastic minis though. Those sets were great. Big Papa, yeah, you heard me right. Unless she's like 10 feet tall and wide, I don't know. I don't think the miniature's that tall. How do you pronounce that? Machiko Noguchi? Predator? Links, please. All right, hold on. I'll get you a link this one time. This one right here. Pretty sure that's a language violation. Oh, taller than the males and stronger. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, man, these minis are great. I could just like look up these minis. They put out so many minis for this game. It was cool. Noble Knight has good deals, yeah. No, we're not doing Death by Snoo Snoo here, okay? Yeah, Futurama's great. Why do they have so many facehugger minis? That's ridiculous. They have like 20 different sets of facehuggers on here. Man, alright. That's crazy. You will not regret playing 500 facehuggers. It just gets weird at that point. Velocity Raptor, oh my gosh. In the words of the great Ted Lasso, live, go on and live. Alright, so we got this. I have a feeling that's gonna stay on. I like these flowers though. These feel like they're of higher quality than Army Painter. That's Army Painter, right? That I have. Yeah, these Army Painter flowers. These are like flimsy. No surprise, something's higher quality than Army Painter, but gonna attract the deer. Yeah, with the flowers. They're not roses, man. Not roses. Michigan Toy Soldier has a discount. Do they already sell things at a discount, or is it just if your account's 10%? All with the code is an additional 10. Gotcha. Okay. Michigan Toy Soldier Company is a good company. They have the most random things in stock, which is really cool, especially like historical minis and stuff. Bunch of numbers can't confirm. That's 20%. Thanks, Big Papa. What would we do without you and your calculator brain? You said your local store, isn't it, Estrello? Or is that one close to you, or are you just one tank and very good customer service. Okay, gotcha. Oh, across Lake Michigan. That's right. You're gotcha. In Wisconsin. Nice. Yeah, guys, I think we did some good things, and I think I'm gonna call it there tonight. Yeah, I have 20% off on 2 separate stores near me, so I try to support them. Like one store, you have 20% off everything at both the stores. So one store, it's because I've spent so much money there over the years. I hit a certain 5-figure number, and they just automatically give you 20% off every time you go there from that point on. In the other store, they had their grand opening, and as part of their grand opening, for the first month they were open, if you spent $100 at the store under your account, they gave you a permanent 20% off for the rest of the existence, I guess. So yeah, I was like, well, of course I'm gonna go there and spend $100. That's an insane deal. But yeah, anyway, I am gonna call it tonight, guys. I will be back on Tuesday, and we're gonna be doing some more of this random hobby stuff, just kind of catching up on some of this stuff that piled up over this break that I had. But we doing that. We'll be back to painting. I think I have. I've never watched Ted Lasso either. Yeah. So we'll be back Tuesday, random things. Wednesday probably painting. So we'll we'll be back doing more stuff. It'll be great. We got good stuff. Lots of things to happen this year, so it'll be fun. Eoraptor, welcome in, and yeah, we'll see you soon. We are doing Patreon Hangout this Wednesday, guys. Come join the Patreon. Come chill with us on Wednesday. It's great. It's a great time. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. Have a great Monday, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.